You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Oh dear. Hey, everyone.
Hey!
Welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show. Jeez, you know, you get those old people and the reflexes. I hit record, didn't mean to. I'm Dave.
Hey, are we on the air?
Yeah.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. Are we on the air?
So I'm Dave.
Hi, I'm Melissa.
And,
Welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show.
yeah,
Welcome to our show.
it's another weeknight, and we're just cruising along. And how you doing?
I'm doing really well.
Oh, good.
Actually.
Well, when you
I
say
got
you
a
have
lot
things
of
to
good
talk
things.
about.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
got a
good
lot.
things.
I have actually good things, like positive. I know. Usually it's like bitchy things. I mean, there might be some bitchiness in there somewhere because there's always
there's
that.
always, yeah, you can always.
There's, you know what,
If you
life
try
is
hard enough.
all about the ups and downs. You know, that's just how it is. You know.
I try to keep it steady.
You know,
I think
try.
I think my steady though
You
has
try.
been lowered a bit
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
few years. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I feel a lot of people feel that way. And you know what? I would say even like, you know, I know politics and definitely social justice issues and stuff like that have gotten a lot of people down. But then the people on the other side, they're pissed off because they see us getting our way, even though we're not necessarily getting our way. But even any
I can tell
little
you,
tiny,
the world is not
a
going
tiny
the way
bit
I
of
want it to.
triumph. Yeah, a tiny bit of triumph. Like, well, not tiny, but a huge one. You know, marriage equality was a huge thing, but they looked at it like this is like the end of the world. So really, nobody's happy. So everybody's kind of like down.
Well, I've not even the social stuff. I mean, I've said this. I think that I hate using the terminology, but the far left folks do have something in common with the crazy right, and it's that they both recognize that the system we have is fucked and doesn't work.
Yes,
But
that is true.
when you get to the details, that's when it's like, you know.
Yeah. They have the common, like, yeah, like I'm able to see some definite, you know.
But why it's fucked up, why it's not working, that's where the split happens. So,
Right, they say it's the queers
or
and the people in Hollywood and
and black people and
black
people of
people
color
and
yeah.
Pizzagate and I don't know whatever things that there are.
So
Isn't there a pedophile ring supposedly?
that
That's
that
like a
didn't go
thing?
over. Is that
I
people
don't-
still talking about
I don't.
that? That
I
was
don't
just
think
during.
So I think
That was like the second Obama election. No.
it
That
during
was the
Trumpy
after
time.
Obama because
It
that was
It was.
no, that was when Hillary last time Hillary was going to run.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it was right at the end of Obama's
Yeah.
time. So yeah, that kind of nonsense. So there's just nonsense.
So tell us the
Mm-hmm.
good stuff before I start bitching about shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
yeah,
I
what's-
guess I might as well start with good stuff. I guess.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, I'll start with this.
I'm going to sit back and sip on my Tuesday evening beer.
I'm drinking. So before I came over, all right, let me go back a little bit. So we went to Wegmans today. I don't love Wegmans. Try not to buy things there. I try to go to Aldi. Well, we go to Aldi first because it's cheaper and it's right there. So we go to Aldi. We buy what we need to get at Aldi, and then whatever we can't get at Aldi, we just go to Wegmans, which is right next door. So. Plenty of things to hate about Wegmans, but for us, at least, it's like the footprint. It's literally the next street over is where Wegmans is. It just kind of makes sense. So we went there. Now, one of the things that Wegmans does have is they have a very good NA selection of beer, which I think I have mentioned already. And today I was going to get a specific beer, and then Dan was looking at the selection of singles to make the 6 packs, to make 6 packs. Yeah. Noticed there was a whole selection of NA beers there, so I got a mixed 6 pack of all NAs. So
for only $27.
No, it was $12.99. Which, I mean, if you think about it, I don't know. I was trying to do the math in my head. Is like it's like $2.14 or I don't know what I was. I don't know what I was. I don't know. I'm trying to do math, but I'm not a mathy person.
I was just being grumpy old man.
Yeah. So you're good at that too. So anywho,
had a lot of practice.
so I got a it's on my phone. I can talk about what I drank already. So I drank.
Well, while you're pulling that up, I'll just say
Yeah.
I'm the goat's out. I didn't.
Oh yeah, he's got the goat.
I didn't tweet anything about it, but it's the local Jenny Bach, the spring Bach.
Right. And it's got
Didn't
a
they
goat on
threaten
it.
with a winter Bach or something? Did it? I don't think it ever came out. If
I
it did,
don't know.
missed it.
I don't remember. They have things that are just at the brewery too that you don't get anywhere else.
Oh, that's true. I've been thinking I need to go back to the brewery.
I know it is fun.
My Jenny Bach shirt is pretty much worn through.
Yeah,
It's time
you
for
should
a
probably
new
get a
one.
new one
Yeah.
then. Okay, so this is what I had today. The first thing I drank today while I was at home making dinner and getting stuff ready. I had the Brooklyn Brewery Special Effect pills. That was good. It tasted like a beer. It tasted like a Pilsner. It was good. Then I had the Klaus Holler grapefruit, non-alcoholic. Can't really tell what type of beer it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a fruit beer. It did have a flavor of it. Honestly, it tasted kind of like grapefruit soda with hops, which wasn't unpleasant to me. But I could see this being a very refreshing one during the summer. So I was keeping that in mind.
Well, so I'm not gonna lie. If I got to the point where I couldn't drink alcohol anymore, I think I would just go back to drinking grape Kool-Aid.
Oh, okay.
I think
do that.
I just don't think I could.
Well, I really like beer. That's the problem.
Well, I do
As
too,
you know.
but I also like
And
the
then-
mind-altering properties as
Right.
well.
Yeah, but I like different mind-altering properties.
I
better.
understand that.
So Sam Adams, they had their non-alcoholic IPA called Just the Haze. It says hazy, juicy, and refreshing. It was all three of those. Of the three, that was my favorite. So hats off to Sam Adams. Of the three, you won. It had great body. It had the same body as you expect an IPA, a hazy IPA to have. It wasn't too bitter. It was smooth. It was fucking delicious. So fucking hats off to Sam Adams. Which is the first craft beer I think I ever had. So if I think about it,
Even though
kinda
they're-
coming full circle.
Even though their owner loves Trump.
Yeah. Well,
Just saying.
yeah, I forgot about that. Well, I'm just going to be honest. The NA beer was really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Didn't know that.
Even crappy people get lucky sometimes.
I know. It's true. Well, hopefully, this is. I can't read it.
It's called safety glasses.
Oh no, this is Industrial Arts Brewing in Beacon, New York. Dan loves them. Their beer is really good. This is called Safety First. It is a Pilsner, and this actually contain. It's about the same. Almost all of these contain less than 0.5%.
Right.
So, though I do know that Heineken has a 0.0. So if like I know some people, maybe if it's for religious reasons, or maybe you really truly do not ever want alcohol, if maybe you just really really don't want alcohol, the Heineken one I've had before, and it's actually really pretty good. So I can already vouch for that. So this one's good. It's the least favorite of the ones I've had though so far.
Well, someone's got to be the least. Just like your
Yeah,
kids.
this is a little maltier than I would have thought it would be for a Pilsner. I don't know. I want it to be
Just
a
like
little
your
crispy.
kids. You'll never
I want it to
admit
be a little
it, but
crispier.
one of them's just
I
a
want
little
it
bit
to
less.
be a little bit more crispy. There's a little more malt to it. But I love Industrial Arts. I think their beers are really good. Maybe they just didn't quite get this one. So that's what I have to say about that.
Okay.
I have more things to talk about, but that's how I wanted to talk
Well,
about
then
first.
feel free. Carry on.
Okay.
I'll save my bitchy to the
So
end.
So that's what I did today. That's what I've done today. Well, I did other things today, but that's one of the things I did today. Yesterday I went and got a bioscan for
Right.
work.
That's that's right.
Yes, I did that. It was at the Penfield YMCA, which is really huge. It was huge, the hugest YMCA I've seen.
Wait. Okay, so a bioscan at the YMCA.
Yes, I will explain.
Yeah. So, I was gonna. So, is it like in a trailer, like a portable thing?
No, right when you walk in, there's a little office, and they do it right there.
So the Y has their own thing.
This particular Y is somehow slightly run by U of R because U of R's name is out there.
Okay, so they have a relationship. The University
Yes.
of Rochester, which has Strong Memorial Hospital, and they have the medical school, and they're just like
They
that's
also
our
and
city.
the Memorial Art Gallery.
Yeah, well, but I'm just saying the word. It's like one of those cities where like the biggest hospital in the city is run by a university. There, many cities have this. So
This one is ours.
right. That's ours.
Yes.
So
So the university. And the university also run the Memorial Art Gallery, where I work.
right.
And they have for many, many, many years, pretty
So
much.
you had a
since the
bioscan.
beginning. So I had a bioscan. So they run this YMCA. So I had a bioscan. First of all, going in there, I'm glad I had a mask because almost nobody had a mask. I realized it was very big and everything. I mean, you would think like, oh, the germs. Like the germs are fucking everywhere. And there's kids everywhere, and nobody was wearing a mask, and I heard kids coughing, and honestly, I'm starting to get a little bit anxious, but I just didn't look at anybody. I just kind of looked at my phone and just didn't look at people at all because it was a bit much.
It's cool.
It's too people-y. It's a little people-y.
Yeah,
it's a
I'm
little
one
people-y.
of few people that are wearing a mask. And like I
Yeah.
don't give a shit if anybody cares.
Yeah, I didn't care. I know people are probably thinking it was weird, but you had to actually wear one for the bioscan anyway, so I was required to wear one.
I've been starting to think. I think that for me personally, I think this is just going to be until I die because people will just refuse to not be douchebags about this.
About things. So I'm here waiting out in the hallway, like in the main hallway, waiting for me to go into the office where they do the bioscan. So anyway, I did. So eventually I got to go in. She was lovely. I didn't know what the heck a bioscan literally, all it is they do the finger prick when they take they take some blood out, they do the finger prick, they take some blood, they feed it into a machine. The machine gives you all the information about your blood work and all your cholesterol levels and all that stuff. And then they did my blood pressure. My blood pressure is actually on the low side. And not like low side where it's bad, but it's on the low side. And honestly, I think it's because I've been meditating. I think I'm just slightly less stressed.
No, yeah, but keep going because now I'm waiting to see where this ends because I'm expecting something and keep going.
So blood pressure.
Yeah.
What else did they do? They weigh you. They take your height. They do a circumference around your abdomen, and then they compare like all these different things to like, I don't know. Anyhow, that my cholesterol is really bad, as we keep talking about.
Right.
So, what?
So there were no other machines involved in this?
No. I mean, the machines are like really fast, and they're like boop 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 boop, like immediately all your shit.
But they were just from your blood.
Yeah.
No, because when I hear scan, I'm thinking there's something MRI like CAT scanny, X-ray.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. No, it was just a blood scan.
Okay. Well, no offense. This has nothing to do with you. I'm disappointed.
Yeah,
I was waiting.
something cooler than that.
Well,
than
yeah, I
taking your
want
blood
some-
and just feeding it into a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that. And then they just
I
ask
could go
you
to
about your
CVS
health.
for that.
Like I'd already filled out a questionnaire online, so she already had my information about my health, my health, and the things I was most concerned with. But the good thing is that my bad cholesterol is it the HCl, the bad one?
Oh, bro, I can never remember
Okay.
which is which.
The bad one, I think.
I just when the doctor says this is good, this is bad. That's
Yeah. So the good cholesterol, my bad cholesterol has improved
Oh, I would hope
to
so.
where it's like within a normal range.
See, I think the last time you must have had like a garbage plate the night before or something, because
don't
that's
know.
just ridiculous.
My triglycerides, no, it's not that crazy. Trust me, because it's been really crazy high every single time
Okay.
I've gone in. Like the first time I did
Yeah,
it,
but
my
yours was
doctor
like 5
was.
times the regular.
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
they should have pricked your finger and Crisco should have come out.
Well, here's the thing: my triglycerides still not great.
Okay.
They're not okay. It's definitely not what it was, but it's still twice what it should be.
Okay, well, but it's trending in the right direction.
It's trending in the right
That's-
direction. So she's very pleased. She's like, "What you're doing is great." The main thing she could recommend, the dreaded exercise.
Okay.
It's the dreaded exercise. Like I'm eating the right things.
Yeah.
I'm doing the right things. I'm not abstaining from alcohol. I'm all that. I'm doing those. The things that I'm ingesting into my body are better. What is not better is I don't do fucking shit for exercise. And where I used to work, I was constantly up and down the stairs, running around, doing stuff 5 days out of the week. So I kind of was always moving. And I don't have that anymore. So,
You got a gym a block away.
well,
'Cause
no, because there's people there.
that is true. There are people there.
And I don't want to be around the people,
I will say
especially
this.
the working out people.
Well, okay, I will say this.
There's going to be sweat involved. My whole brain goes into this weird thing. I just don't think I can do it.
That gym, which is the gym that
Mm-hmm.
I'll put air quotes and say that I go to, and I can talk about that in a
If
second.
I was going to go to a gym, I would go to your gym. I would go with you and I would be like your gym buddy.
Yeah, that's not going to work for me, but not because
Yeah.
of you. It has nothing to do with you. But it's not like you don't have a lot of muscle heads, for lack of a better term. I've talked about Sir Slams a lot and stuff. It's way rarer at the gym I go to than most other ones. And most other ones, no matter when you go in, you got somebody going "Rah!" and always grunting. And this one, it's not that bad. In fact, I only talk about it because it is relatively rare. In fact, the last Sir Slams, I think we talked about it on the show, turned out to be Ms. Slams a lot, which was first time ever, which was unique. But I would say it's the owner's really laid back. He's a really nice guy, and
And it is right around the corner from my
it
house.
is right around the
practically.
corner. The only reason I'm saying, that wouldn't work in terms of gym buddy kind of thing is that my existence to getting there is so up in the air. I've been trying since this new gig. I have been trying for like 2 weeks now, and I have not been able to get there. It's just
gotta figure
been,
it out.
I still haven't. And now,
figure it out yet.
my goal, I'm trying again tomorrow. We're going to give it a shot, but I have this weird issue that I show up with my gym bag, and all the things that I think are shorts turn out to be shirts. And I know that sounds stupid, but it's happened more than once now, and it's like a very strange thing. So, but no, it's just schedule wise, it's always
I get it. I get
last
what you're saying.
minute-y kind of thing. So, I would not be a good gym buddy because I don't know when I would be
Good
going.
to know.
So,
I really probably won't go to the gym anyway.
okay.
But good to know.
Yeah.
But good to know if I needed to go to the gym. Like that would be a good one to go to.
I think so. I believe so.
But no, I didn't do that. Instead, Dan and I have been talking about doing this anyway. I got one of those folding exercise bikes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's got like it's got a thing so it can do your heart rate and all your things, all the stuff, tell you how many miles, all the things.
You didn't get the Chuck Norris Total Gym?
No.
Okay, it's okay.
Though it does have resistance bands on it. So if you wanted to like do the resistance bands thing while you're pedaling, you could do that. But it's it's got a backrest, like an actual cushioned backrest because I've got back problems, so
Yes.
I need to have support. It has support, and I've tried exercising before and never stayed with it, but I just feel like things are different for me this year. I feel like especially with staying with meditation and sticking with that, like I just feel like I'm like just changing. I'm just becoming a butterfly. No, not quite that drastic, but maybe a little bit. maybe slightly colorful, maybe slightly more like a monarch. I don't know. The queen that I'm meant to be.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, like I
Not
just
a
feel
metaphor
like
I
I'm just
identify
kind of more I'm trying to do things to I'm really trying to put myself as number one, you know? I mean, it's hard to do that. You know that it's hard to do that.
Well,
It can be really hard to put yourself first.
some people would say that's all I do. Just,
I know, but
we
you know
don't
what
have
I'm
to get into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about, though. I mean, whether you do it or you know people who do it, like you know what I'm saying is like, and I definitely don't always put myself first, and I'm realizing to put myself first really is putting everybody else also, like it's almost like equal. It's not. It's like me doing the better things for me is really good for all.
well, it's become cliche, but it's the metaphor, like in a plane that's going down, that you put your oxygen mask on first before you help anybody else, so that you're able to help other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of where I'm at with that. And so, who do I need to help first? I need to help me first. And so I'm helping me first. And so one of those things is like, I need to get healthier. Like I'm pre-diabetic. I know I'm pre-diabetic. Like it runs in my family. I even had, I did my 23andMe's and I did the one that does the health stuff too. So it does, I don't have a lot of things on there. I'm pretty, as far as health wise, as far as 23andMe goes anyway, I'm very healthy, but one of the few is on there is diabetic. Yep. That I have an inclination towards being diabetic. Not shocking. It runs on both sides of my family.
Well, yeah, I know it does. Yeah, I don't need a test for that. I can just look around.
So I'm nervous about it. So now I'm like, you got to get your fucking ass off. You have to do it. You have got to exercise, even if you start at literally 3 minutes, because that's all you can do is 3 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's always the case. You have to start off slow.
You just have to do
anything.
Yeah.
I think
because I have a tendency to, here's the thing, this is where I think my meditation is helping, is I have a tendency to beat myself up really bad if I can't do the things that I set. If I can't make the goal I set for myself, I get really kind of, I have like what do you call it? Oh, I can't, not personality, but anyway, I like to win. I'm competitive. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. I'm competitive. I like to win. So even when I'm setting goals for myself and I don't make it, I can get very competitive and I get kind of mad and I beat myself up. Well, who does that help? That helps nobody. It helps nobody. Doesn't help me. Doesn't help me feeling good about me. Doesn't help me want to succeed. Doesn't help me want to further myself. So what the fuck?
all the internet experts say that you got to set the goals a little at a time.
Yep. So I'm setting goals a little at a time and I'm going to try for 3 minutes. And if I don't make 3 minutes, then you know what? I'll set it for 2.5 and see if I can get 2.5 minutes next time. I have to do it. I can't play around with it. I have to be serious. So, so things are going in a really good direction as far as my health. And, I'm starting to really, still haven't been taking my medication. I can still tell. It's still not easy.
The ADHD
My
medication.
ADHD. Yep. It's still hard.
And just for those who weren't getting it, I mean, if you don't know this, that there's actually a shortage all over the country. It's kind of fucking crazy. And I'm sorry, what was the reason for this again? Is it just
they can't get one of the major medication parts of it? Probably the methamphetamine part, most likely. Because that's the one.
So whose fault it is then? Florida man.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's anything with meth.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. It's Florida man.
So Florida man has all of that.
Hasn't made enough. He's been slacking. Usually, Florida man's in his trailer making it.
Yeah,
and he just hasn't been making it.
So they don't have the major ingredients. And that's why they can't make. That's why I don't have it. So I've been drinking a lot of caffeine, admittedly, because it does help. But But yeah, the ADHD, that's been sort of hard, but I've been making lists and I've been really on the lists. I made like 3 different lists today.
I make lists.
I wasn't a list maker.
Oh, I'm always a list maker.
I wasn't.
Dude.
Just because I couldn't remember to carry the papers on me. I couldn't I couldn't do it at my old job because my old job was so physical. I couldn't carry a pad with me.
No, I would
to write with
right.
to
make the
to
list.
make the list. So I never got into the habit of making lists when I really should have gotten into the habit of making lists.
Right.
And I tried so many times to try to figure out a way to do it, and I never could figure out a way to do it. So now I actually bought nice paper. I bought nice paper for me to fill.
Man, see, you should have came to me because I have an idea.
What?
And it would clipboard. Because then you'd look really important. You'd be walking around with a clipboard.
But I'd have, but it would get in my way because I had to carry things and move things around. I needed something that could just stay on me. Really, what I needed was like a tool belt thing to carry it all the time, and I didn't want to do that all the time.
With like a thing wrapped around your neck, and you would have.
Well, sometimes I would wear aprons, and if I did wear an apron, I would often have like a paper and pencil in there.
Okay.
But that's the other thing is you have to carry a pen or a pencil, and I don't know. It just was a hard thing for me to maneuver in my old job. But my new job, it's not. So I have a pen and paper near the phone, and I just write it. I write notes and then the date, and then anything I think of or anything somebody tells me, or something a customer says, hey, you had A, B, and C. Do you guys think you'll get that again? I go, I don't know. I will write it down and I'll ask about it.
I tend to make a list, and it gets filled up on a quarter sheet of paper, and like this, like I have right here. And when it's filled up, then I take the things that have been crossed off and ignore it, and I make a new list and transfer it over.
Yeah, if I did anything I didn't do the day before, I'll just put it on the new list. Right. But like today, I'm very close to finishing everything on the list. I'm really excited about it.
Literal meaning to you made the list, buddy.
So I don't know what took me so long to embrace I think not being able to figure out a way to make lists for 20 years of my life in my adult life really was detrimental for me to get into a good habit. But now I'm able to get into that habit, and I'm embracing it. And then the other thing,
you know what you are, Melissa? You're a lifelong learner.
I am. I really am. I look forward to it. I do.
I say that. The only reason I laugh with that a little bit is just a line from This is gonna sound cheesy with this, from this YouTube video that I would use when I was teaching sign language classes, and it makes me laugh because that part's funny. But it
is true.
No,
I am absolutely a life.
My amusement with it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with this stupid ass video. So.
But yeah, I am. I like learning new things. I love to have a new thing to learn every day. And yeah.
I have a segue then.
Yeah. What's your segue?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something I learned this week.
Tell me about it.
Which I'm happy that I've learned this, but the problem is, when you've been doing something that you think you've been doing right, but it really hasn't been working out well, and you don't understand why, and now you know why. Well, lifelong learner. So at school this week, I don't remember if I've said this because thanks to the fiasco from my last job, I've really been trying not to talk about this new job too much.
Right.
But when I tell you the story, I guess I have to kind of fill in a little bit of gaps here, but and this isn't a bitching thing. This is not bitching about the job. This is just something that's happened. I'm actually teaching biology of all things. Right.
Wow.
I have no business doing this, but
no, I bet you don't.
But
I actually liked biology though. I thought biology was interesting.
You wouldn't like this class, but
Why not?
Because it's the state of education today. Again, they've had people like I'm a certified teacher, and I've taught many, many subjects. And they've had like a teaching assistant teaching this, and another teacher for like a month who left, and it's just been like my old job, chaos and turnover and all that shit. So we're actually using an online program.
Oh, that sucks. Because my biology teacher was in the one I had, especially in
Yeah, it's not
high school, was passionate about
Yeah,
biology.
it's not super and I am though about some of the stuff, and I'm doing the best I can. But the way to try, and they have a state exam at the end of this class, and really I'm focused on getting them ready for that. And for those who know me or have listened to the show for a while, you may remember how much I love standardized testing. So anyway, we were doing this, I'll put air quotes on lab because it was all like this online simulation thing, on seed germination. And we're going about our business and we're running the simulators and stuff. And it turns out that like 90% of all seeds you try to start, they will not respond to light. If you have light, like, grow lights or something, they actually will not sprout. And this entire time, I just thought I was bad at it. I don't have a green thumb. I don't know. Well, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm using grow lights trying to get these fucking things to sprout. And as soon as it hit in this lab, I'm like, wait a minute, this can't be right. And with the kids, I mean, I actually, when I get to something like this, I do this on purpose to show kids it's okay to be wrong about something. I mean, I literally, at times, if I don't set it up on purpose, when it just naturally happens that I'm wrong about something, then I will go out of my way to make sure I
that's the whole point of the lab, is to let people know that if you make a mistake, this is what happens.
Yeah, but Melissa, teachers, I don't know about now because obviously, I sat behind Erasmus in the 3rd grade. But when I was in school to go to become a teacher, they taught us never show the students that you're wrong.
I disagree. I think I feel like we may have talked about this before. Yeah,
I've always disagreed with it. And
I disagree with that.
But I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This thing, when we did the simulator, so there's not light, more things sprouted when I thought it would be the other way around. And we started talking about how I've been trying to grow stuff all this time, and I always end up getting seedlings from like the public market because I can't start seeds. And then I in front of the kids, I went online and put it up on the screen and said, do seeds need light to germinate? And article after article came up and it was like, yeah, most of them don't. Particularly things that you eat. There are some flowers that will.
Oh, because I'm trying to think. The one time I grew from seeds. I didn't use a grow light. I just had it in perfectly good light on a porch, and they were great.
Yeah, there's no
problem whatsoever.
No light. So, that doesn't have to be like dark, like a basement kind of thing.
No, it was just like on our porch.
So now I'm like, all right, bastards, I'm going to start some seeds. And the simulator was showing us that even with the best conditions, you still get a 50%, generally a 50% thing, because just the nature of seeds, not all of them are viable.
Well, remember I was telling you last year that one tomato plant didn't grow any fruit, and you were like, "Yeah, totally makes sense."
Yeah, but
they sometimes don't.
But even the seeds themselves, though, like it
just won't happen.
Half of them are just duds. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can't tell by looking at them or anything. Mm-hmm. It's just that's why if you ever read a seed packet, and I know this is really exciting and sexy, it always says for each little hole you have, you put 2 seeds in because you're not sure if they're one or both or none are going to actually sprout. So yeah, that was I learned
Sometimes
something.
It's even more than that in a little, depending on how big depending on what the plant is.
Well, and again, that's just it's all seems to be kind of a crapshoot kind of thing. So I'm ready, man. I'm gonna lifelong learner. We're learning stuff all the time. Still back to trying to turn my backyard into an edible forest. Maybe before I die. Jesus. So what else you got going on?
Let's see. What else is going on? So yeah, my health is getting better. Job's good. My son is moving back in. Mm-hmm. He's actually going to be there today. Been making really good food. I'm making a cod. Well, no, I got pollock instead, but it's a whitefish, a mild whitefish. And kimchi stew when I get home today. Well, with my new my new healthy way of living. That's another thing is, fish is good for you. So salmon's good. I should eat more salmon. That's a really good one for healthy.
I don't think the salmon agree, but sure.
Yeah, the healthy yeah, but it's good for health, for the good cholesterol. That's good. That's a good thing to eat. Anywho, I think I'm gonna, because I'm noticing there's some herbs that I'm using more and more often, like cilantro. I think I'm gonna it's funny that we're talking about this because I have like this little seed grower thing that I've never tried to use, and it's exactly that. It has a little grow light, and it's funny that we're talking about this because I was thinking about getting it out and trying it out and see if it works.
I don't know, man.
It says it's supposed to.
Maybe just do without the light. Nah, follow the directions. And
Yeah.
This is weird. One of the most successful, and this is a very small number, one of the most successful things I ever used to start some seeds literally was from a dollar store. It was really small. You could only do just like 2 or 3 or something, but those motherfuckers grew like crazy as opposed to fancy contraptions where this thing probably
I'm like you. I
made of
usually like to
plastic.
just go to the public market and find where the organic guy is, wherever they are.
Yeah, they're just getting fewer and fewer though.
I know.
Noticing, but so man, I'm doing a hard thing. I have no segue. I don't know how this could segue in.
Okay, then you know what you do.
Yeah.
You boo.
So in this job again, I'm still driving. It's shorter than my the last job I had, but it's still like a half-hour drive. And I've been trying to get back into listening to podcasts during these drives. They just haven't been hitting with me lately. There isn't, even the ones that I've talked about on the show, and I've said, yeah, I listen to the Stuart Berdasso show, of course, but you should also check out like the Bugle and the Gargle and Richard Wolf and all these folks, and they just haven't been hitting with me lately. And so white noise to me is sports radio. I don't even really follow sports ball too much anymore, but it's just talk to me about balls and
People throwing them and catching them. And
whatever you do want to do with your balls, it's up to you. I'm not going to judge you. So
hitting them with a stick.
yeah, you can hit your balls with a stick. Again, not going to judge you. Different strokes. No, actually, pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and so I'm listening to some sports radio, and I have said this before, and I'm going to reiterate this. Sports ball talk radio guys, let's say guys, they need to stay in their lane. Just stay with the balls. Talk about your balls. Don't talk about anything else, because when you do, you just sound like some Neanderthal fuckwad that, just talk about sports ball. Don't talk about society. Don't talk about politics. Whatever you do, don't fucking talk about women. You are all Neanderthals. Just stop.
Stop it.
That's not why you're there. Okay? I don't want to hear you talk about movies and TV. Just shut up and talk about balls. All right, please?
And honestly, the few women that do listen to it probably really just want to hear about balls too. They don't want to hear you talking about them.
They don't care about your opinion about movies.
They don't. They just want to hear about the sports ball too.
Yes. So I'm driving, as I do, and here's my little pantomime driving now.
Yep.
And somebody a nationally syndicated, I'm not even going to say this fucker's name, this nationally syndicated sports ball guy who also does sports ball commentary on the Sundays as well on a certain network. And I don't even remember where he was going with this, but his way to introduce this sports ball topic, and he started talking. He said this, and this stuck in my head. He's like, people like they spend money on the lottery. And by the way, all sports ball radio now is all about gambling. Is all about bet. That's all because it's legal in so many states now. It's all these fucking shows talk about, right? And it's made it really. It's been very more difficult for me to listen to the sports ball talk because all they talk about is betting. This app, and they have sports ball betting people come on and talk about odds of stuff and you know who you should bet on, and that's all it is. That's why that the Draft Hole app bit that we just put up, that was
That's why.
making fun of that. So this guy was like, oh yeah, and the lottery, you know, is the lottery culture is so gross. You know, somebody wins like $500 million and they haven't done anything to earn it. Right. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. Just fuck you hard, because the people who are trying to win this lottery are the ones that are fucking making your burrito and the ones that are sweeping up your shit, who clean up after you when you leave the sports ball studio. And those are the motherfuckers that are trying to win this lottery. And you're saying they don't do anything because they get underpaid by rich motherfuckers who won't pay them a living wage. And he's sitting there, and then he took that on to, I don't know, maybe some contract from some other rich sports ball guy. I don't know. But the fact that he just stay in your fucking lane. You don't need to use poor and working class people trying to get out of poverty and calling them gross and that they didn't do anything to earn this money. Fuck you.
What an asshole.
Yeah. Just
Like,
fuck you.
It's like one of those things. Like, do you even hear yourself, dude?
I think they really believe it. I mean, there's times I sit there and I've listened through my lens, which is, you know, anti-capitalist, and listening to these guys talk about rich and richer people and all this stuff, and they always side with the more richer people. It's like, well, of course the owner's going to do this and screw over the players because, you know, I'm like, fuck you. They always side on the boss and not labor, even if it's rich labor, you know, in terms of paid athletes. And it's just like, stay in your fucking lane. Just talk about balls. That's where you belong.
That's it.
Yup. That's you maxing out on your intelligence level. Just stick with balls.
Thank you.
Okay, man. It's been actually. I meant to talk about this last week, and we got about another thing. So I wanted to make sure I talked about balls. So that's
I'm
good.
gonna look at the color of that. That's a little more. It's this is supposed to be an IPA from Athletic Brewing. I had their Golden Ale last week.
Having one more beer.
Okay.
It's a school night.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not your mom.
I wasn't justifying it to you. I'm talking myself into not having more beer.
You're like,
this.
I'm just having one more.
Okay,
One more day.
back in the day, whatever. If I'm a little hungover, who cares? No, man, nobody I'm
no.
too old for that. Nobody needs that shit, man.
I know, that's what's great about this. Like, I can drink all 6 of them and I'm fine.
Yes, I
I'm just
understand
gonna pee
that.
a lot.
I understand that, and while I like beer and I love the taste of beer, like we said, I like
You like the intoxication.
Yes, I like the I don't want to
buzz.
call it intoxication. Yes, the mind. I like to. It helps relax.
It is a slightly mind-altering substance.
Yes,
And you like that slight mind-altering substance.
Yes, it has
feeling.
been a very long time since I've been intoxicated to the point that's, you know, like back in the day.
Yeah.
That's it's
Yeah, those days are done. Dunzos.
I'm not gonna say never, but
Maybe not never, but I'm gonna go with. It's gonna be a while.
yeah. I mean, it
It'll
would
be a
have
while.
to be, quote, a special occasion, so to speak.
Yeah, it'd have to be like a wedding or something.
Now, I don't know if I'd want to do that for a wedding, but it might be like a backyard kind of barbecue-y where I know I'm not working the next day or doing anything for the next day and a half.
Man, I know, because like
That kind of
that's
thing.
the whole thing is like now when you get to be our age, it's like it's not just a day; it's usually like a day and a half at least.
It is. Yeah.
It's really if like you don't really want to.
yeah.
You don't really want to drink on Saturdays because you know you're probably still going to feel shitty on Monday.
Oh, I don't know if it'd be that bad for me, but definitely all day Sunday for sure. No question.
That was a great store all day Sunday. All
Yes,
right, I don't love this one as much as I liked their Golden Ale. This is the Athletic Brewing Company Run Wild IPA. I thought it was going to be, again, a little more hazy.
All right. I just feel as a dad, I have to do it yet again. Make
What's
the
that?
joke again. That means you are not an athletic supporter.
I am not.
Okay.
But I am But I am an athletic supporter. I
know.
did like
last
their
week we talked
last
about
week's
it. Yes, that's
last
why
week's I was
making the joke again.
yes. Last week I was definitely an athletic supporter. So I probably will not buy this again. But I will buy their golden ale.
I should probably, now that I'm employed, I should look into maybe resubscribing to Beer Drop.
Oh yeah.
Because I stopped when I knew I was losing my job. I would not mind doing that again. And they actually, when I first subscribed to Beer Drop, which by the way, and I haven't done a plug yet, the show.
You can subscribe too.
Through stuartbedasco.com. But when I we first became an affiliate of theirs, they didn't have a lot of tiers, levels, and now they have like a smaller one that's cheaper.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you can just get. I think I was getting 10 or 12 a month, and you can do like just the 6-pack a month of various things. That's like 35 or something. So
Okay.
yeah, maybe I'll just work my way back up. It was fun once a month
yeah.
getting a box of beer and you don't know what
sure.
it was, and
Oh yeah, it is fun.
yeah, no, it totally was. I'm gonna write that down.
Write it down so you don't forget.
And you can't, because I'm drinking beer.
Yeah.
And you can too by
You can
going to
drink
stuartbedasco.com. Yeah. Oh, actually, and I'll say this: I don't have the details, but Johnny's Pepper Store Emporium, that were also affiliates, they sent an email out that their new pepper seeds, if you're into growing shit, is coming out. And they have like 13 new varietals. I believe that's a fancy word. So if you're really into, we gotta get Nick back on.
I know.
I don't know what he's up to. Last time we talked from Watchman
Well,
Farms.
he moved out to the country.
Right, he was going to be moving out. He hadn't moved yet. He had the land.
Right,
was
he
about
did
to.
though. I know. I have seen him since then, and he has moved out to the
Yeah,
country.
I assumed. But he was also, I remember a story, and I actually told this story to a student, I didn't use names, to a student the other day, and it had to do when we were doing the lab on seed germination, and dude was trying to, thought he was being slick, and he was talking about weed, right? Because the most high-strung stoner I've ever met, but anyway, yeah. So, and so I hooked him for class as we used this seed germination lab and talked about it in terms of cannabis. And he walked out going, "This is the best class I've ever had in here." I was like, okay. And then he was a dick the next day, but whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, he's a teenager.
Yeah.
This is where they are. They're just kind of dicks.
I know. But I was telling the story about how, and I remember on the show, Nick was saying how he started as growing marijuana and just got nervous about the illegalness of it, and that's when he switched over to hot peppers, and we hadn't caught up because it was starting. The talk was in New York, it was going to be legalized, but it hadn't been yet. And then I haven't seen or heard from him in forever, so I was just wondering if he switched back or he's doing both, or
I mean, I don't know, but I'd be cool if hopefully I bet he's still growing peppers because he loves peppers. He loves hot shit. He loves making.
He's got to come back on.
Yeah. We should have our friend on. I've missed him. I haven't seen him in forever.
Do you want to reach out?
Yeah, I think I can reach out to his partner, if not him, at least to his partner.
I with now that I have I'm sorry, this is getting a little boring, but with my newish Facebook profile, I don't think we're Facebook friends anymore. No problem of his. I just
I don't even know that he's on Facebook anymore.
Okay.
So, but I think Watchman Farms is still on Instagram.
Okay.
And he has liked things of mine recently, so I can reach out. To them.
Yeah, I know it'd be awesome to have him back.
Say
on.
we missed you. We'd like to see you on the
show.
show.
And I was gonna, when we're done recording, I wanted to start talking to you about going back to recording on weekends so we can be more, carefree and
drink.
Well, me, but you, whatever you want to do, however you want to be carefree. I don't know what you want to do. Hit yourself in that with a hammer before the show.
Yeah,
I don't
guess
know.
so.
Whatever you want to do.
Well, it's really at this point, it's kind of like, the doctor did tell me don't drink anymore, and
that's fine.
But here's the thing, is like now it's more like, I really just want to find out, like, here's lifetime learner. I want to know, I'm curious, what will really happen if I really stop? Like, if I really stop drinking, then I get my testing done in a few months, where will I be? And I think that would be a cool thing to find out. And I'm getting my folding bike tomorrow, which I mean, I'll have to put it together,
That's true.
but that's okay. I'm pretty,
That's how it works.
yeah, I'm handy.
It's not going
I
to
can-
do much if you.
I can read directions. I can put stuff together.
Well, that's what you did for a living for like 150
I know.
years. I mean,
I used to put
if
displays.
anybody can, you can.
I know. I'm like, I told Dan, I go, we have to put it together. He goes, oh, I go, I can put it. I go, we can put it together. I go, you can, I can put this together. Put many different difficult displays together.
I'm going to say this only because I take 50% responsibility in this. So when there's anything like that at our house here, I basically, unless she says she wants me to do it, I let my wife do it. We do not work well together and things like that. We just learned early on in our marriage, our relationship, is that when it's putting something together, it usually ends up with her getting frustrated and me like not liking her for about a couple hours and just kind of walking away. And we just learned early on, I will go away, and if she wants my help, she asks for it and gives me specific things she wants me to do, and then I go away again. That's
Well, the last thing I had to put together, we're actually kind of same. That's sort of funny that you're saying that because we're sort of same. The last thing I put together, I didn't use his help at all because honestly, it was the kind of thing that it's kind of hard to have a second person to help. It was just putting these small wall shelves together and just it wouldn't.
well, yeah. If you don't need it, it's
It
just a
wasn't really
one-person
going to help
job,
me
right?
that much to have him there. I mean, maybe he could have held it up a little bit, but on the side or something. But it wasn't going to help that much more, so I just did it. But this is probably something I'll probably need a second person for. But we used to also not get along well on doing things like that. But I would say it's more my fault than anything else, and I'll be honest about it because I'm the one who gets frustrated. Yeah, I'm not as bad about it anymore. I take responsibility for it, and I take a deep breath and go, got this. It's okay.
Well, I won't mention any names, but it appears that in this house, one of us seems to have a conversation with themselves in their head and assumes the other one has heard this conversation. But we won't mention any names of who that person is. It doesn't work out very well. So,
I do that sometimes too.
yeah.
I do. I sometimes have to actually ask Dan, did I say that? Did I say this to you? Or was I actually said that to him earlier today. I honestly said that exact same thing. Asked him if I said something to him or if I was just thinking it.
Well, that would be helpful if whoever this person in this house did that. But again, not mentioning any names.
Well, here's the thing.
could
Once
be
you
me.
realize, okay, so
50-50
this is how I look at it. So I have a quirky brain, I got a weird brain. It does some really quirky things.
Yes.
It is kind of, but you know what? It's kind of funny. It's kind of fun sometimes. Sometimes the quirkiness is really great. And that's a good time. Like I'm very funny.
That's a good.
Other times not so much.
Yeah, right. Sure. Absolutely.
But sometimes quirky brain. And it's fun. So I just kind of let it go and let it be how it be.
Yep. No, okay, yeah. I could go on with some examples, but I think it's not. A
You
good-
don't need to though.
No, we don't need to.
You
but
don't need
y'all-
to. I think
I'm sure
we
all
all-
y'all listening, no matter where you're listening to us, if you're in somewhere in Europe, you've subscribed to us listening all over the world. We have listeners all over the world, and I'm sure it doesn't matter. It's not just a United States thing. I'm sure it's just a human thing.
No. People have weird brains.
Yes. Right.
But it's just not. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just a little different. Just sometimes I think things a little differently than other people. Sometimes I learn things differently than other people.
Sure. Absolutely. Just good luck testing that shit.
Yeah, well, we all know that I'm terrible at it. I take terrible standardized tests. My standardized test scores are terrible, but my basic scores with like regular tests, like were fine. I would do pretty well in them. It was just those standardized ones.
No. All right. Well, we'll be back next. We're just about out of time. We'll be back
Wow.
next week with, again, as usual, who knows
Sorry,
what.
I was just like gabbing.
That's what a podcast is.
I know, but I took
okay.
over. Usually I don't take over the show. I took over today.
I didn't. I just wanted to talk about balls. Really, that was my thing. I had balls.
That was important.
Tell
I'm
my
glad we talked
my
about
seed
it.
starting thing, and please, I just say, please wear a mask, even though y'all don't want to. I don't want to.
No,
I
it's
just
just
bought.
gross.
I just off of
One of my
Etsy.
friends just got COVID. I have another friend who just got COVID.
I just bought 5 new masks off of Etsy, homemade. They're cool. You don't get to, not that you should anywhere to try them on first, but they fit really well until you want to talk.
Oh,
They really are comfortable, but then if you can talk a little bit, but like in my role, if I'm using them in my classroom, yeah, I'm finding that they slip down a lot while I start talking. So
I just use the ones that go around, like the 2 straps that go around your whole head.
I don't. They're not whole head.
Oh, I love those because those don't stick on your ears. Because my ears are kind of weird shaped and they don't stick on my ears very well.
I have like handles for ears, so these stay on. These ain't
They
going
stay
anywhere.
on. And
Yeah.
Dan also has really small ears, so we both have actually a similar problem. So we have the same type of masks that just work better for us.
No, you can hold on to my ears as long as you want. That's right. I went there.
You sure
I
did.
did.
Sure did.
I did.
It's all right. You do
Oh,
you,
yeah.
boo.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm,
So we're
I
gonna
said
be gone.
a couple weeks ago my move. That's
yeah.
my move. So,
Yeah. So
What?
because I didn't get to it, my other beer is in there,
Okay.
and I'll drink it. But it's a shit.
Oh, I saw it. It's a Guinness.
It's a Guinness.
You have an NA Guinness.
I have an NA Guinness. I heard
almost
it's
think
really
that should
good.
be illegal. Sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry. That's my gut reaction without thinking. But yeah.
I know, but I thought that was interesting. That was a Guinness. I don't know. One of my friends said it was good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll
we
be
can
back.
put it next time. So, yeah. So,
Yeah.
go hang out at Stuart Burdasco, man, and listen
Buy
to
some
the
shit.
radio station. Buy some shit. Do the links. Band name added new ones actually. I the other day I was hanging out with our friend Cheese, and I didn't know he did not know about our list of band names. And I showed him the list. He got halfway.
die?
He got halfway through, and he was like, "I can't read any more of these." He was laughing so hard. He was like,
Probably
I can't read any more of these right now. This is just too much." Literally, I'm not. He was literally.
Oh, I'm bummed to miss that.
Yeah,
That
so
would've been awesome.
Yeah, so if you get a chance, we've got a whole list of potential band names for you or your friends, or just to go ahead and do that. And you're more than welcome to suggest some. There's on the bottom of that page, I believe, there's a way for you to submit band names that we can put on there. And there's also the screenshot of when the one and only Pam Grier, PhD, responded and liked one of our tweets. And it became a band name. That's why it's on that page, because something
We
she
love
said
her.
was a band name. So you can go check that out at, of course, StuartPodesta.com. All right, we'll be back next week with Lord knows what.
Yep. Bye.
Are the stresses of living in a modern world getting you down, getting you confused, getting you angry? Don't get mad. Come to Crazy Jose's House of Meditation and Merengue. They said I'd have to be crazy to mix the healing power of meditation with the infectious rhythm of the merengue. That's me. Crazy Jose's House of Meditation and Merengue, the home of the funky mantra. We're located at the Broadway Commons Mall, the only place where you can clear your mind and shake that behind. Crazy Jose's House of Meditation and Merengue. We're loco, ese. Namaste.